Hello everyone and welcome back to Packs and Recreation. And today we're back at Innistrad with expensive cardboard because it's time for the Innistrad Remastered Collector Booster Box game. Say that 3 times fast. So, you know the drill, you know what's in store. Let's see what's ahead of us in the realm of Innistrad and reprinting expensive cards so that people will buy expensive cardboard. As you can see, this box is very cool looking, as I said last time, but this one suffered. So let's get right into it. Well, so much for my sleight of hand. So some amazing looking boosters, as I said last time. These boosters are beautiful, freaking bright red. These things are so good looking that it's a shame that you can't keep them closed, or at least preserved in some way, because these things slap. I know that people don't care. People just go like, that's a means to an end. We're just here to pop the booster. We don't care about the wrapper, but I mean, this thing is badass and no one cares. So let's see. As usual, this is one of those that is a reverse opening or a reverse openable booster. So that means that Wizards wants us to open it like this. At least that's my theory. Please, Wizards, say I'm wrong. Which means you have to keep opening them backwards because the good value is in the end. And this is a more dramatic way of revealing it, except in Innistrad, because you have two-sided cards and that kind of spoils what card you are looking at. So you keep going like this until you hit, see, like 2 double-sided cards to prove my point, until you hit a retro foil land. And from this moment on, we're talking money. So, or well, more or less, I mean, yeah, it's not like I care about that. So Bramble Worm, if I care about that, I will buy singles. That's the best, most efficient way of saving money. Or as I saw in a video once, a person said, you know, what's you know how to leave a casino with a small fortune? Just go in with a big one. And it's the same here with Magic the Gathering. If you want to actually make good deals, just buy the singles. Ooh, Tamiyo's Journal. This is Shadows over Innistrad, baby! One of my favorite sets. And Jay's playing detective, because this is when Jace was supposed to be like, I don't know, Batman or something. Vexing Devil, or Devil, in full art. Not bad at all. Very cool looking. Ooh, a Snapcaster Mage, and they are still using the art from the champion of that year. Although this retro card doesn't have the name of the champion in the flavor text, which is a shame, but the card is pretty good. It doesn't really. I never felt like this card belonged to Innistrad. It feels like it could be like a Kaladesh wizard or something. It doesn't feel like an Innistrad one, but regardless, good card. And an elemental token that is also human. Now for the last card. Captivating Vampire in foil, in retro frame too. Not bad. And for Innistrad, interestingly, we have not pulled a single white card. That's interesting. Now for booster number 2. Easy to open. I commented this in the other video, but these boosters are the easiest to open yet. So easy that it's difficult to ninja them. I really want to preserve one of the wrappers, and I can't. They just fall apart. And it's weird because most collector booster wrappers are very difficult to open. They are almost like a plastic membrane. Memory Deluge, nice. In retro frame foil. Not bad. Ooh, Wedding Announcement. The card that I used and abused in Standard. And Wizards, it was not only me, of course, and Wizard was like, yeah, let's just ban this card. This card is pretty good. And Commander is okay. What makes it like ultra crazy is that if you have 4 in your deck, that's like a crazy value engine for a Standard. Conjurer's Closet. Not bad in retro foil. Another Wedding Announcement, but this one is in foil and the normal frame. So yes, by the way, it's a double-sided card. There is Lunark's Mantle, and it becomes wedding festivities. And in case you are thinking like, why is that card that good? Well, it costs you 2-1, right? And it says at the beginning of your end step, put an invitation counter on this enchantment. If you attack with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card, which is already pretty good. But if you didn't, create a 1/1 white creature human token. Then if this enchantment has 3 or more invitation counters on it, transform it. So it's just good things, whether you attack or not. And you can choose whether you want cards or you want creatures. And when you transform it, creatures you control get +1/+1. So even if you didn't attack for 3 turns, then all your 1/1s become 2/2, plus anything else that you did in the meantime. So that's a very good card. I was saying we don't have white cards, and all cards here have been white so far. Infernal Grasp. What an amazing looking card, bro. Like, look at this. Look at this art. This art is badass, man. Damn. God damn. Like, the card is okay. Like, one black, instant, destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. Good removal, cool stuff. But better to be dead in a Gavoni ditch than missing in the Stensian Mountains, folks saying. Man, this art is badass. So all my kudos to Lucas Graciano. Man, this art is sweet. Then a foil plane, and then, the usual. Sometimes I wonder, like, that card looks, in my humble opinion, okay? That card looks better than most of the cards that I pulled so far. And I mean, know this to anyone. Like, I mean, this card looks great. This card looks great, right? Like, I will say that 95% of Magic cards look great, right? Lunar's Mantle. So I can't diss anyone. But you can't deny that there are some cards that are just like, ba-boom, that you look at the card and it's like, man, this card, like, you can count, let's be honest, if you're into Magic, you for sure have at least like 5 cards that like resonate with you. See, I could ninja it. This is how weird these boosters are. There are like 5 cards, at the very least 5 cards that resonate with you and that you thought at some point in your life, man, I could frame that thing in my house. You know what I mean? And that to me, this is me trying to ninja the thing and just ruining the surprise. Spoilers there, I guess, just because I wanted to keep the booster. No, magic trick, people. So let's see. Trifolk, but Galvanic Iteration and Renan 7 as a token. Galvanic Iteration is a very good looking card. I don't like the retro frame though. West Valley Abbey, which transforms, and Mausoleum Wanderer in retro foil transforms into Ormendal Profane Prince. This is the first special land of the pack. Mausoleum Wanderer and Mausoleum Wanderer. So you can actually pick in which frame you like it more. Spoilers, it's always going to be this one. So, at least for me, right? Duskwatch Recruiter. I kind of like this art style. It really makes me think of, what's the name of this game? Darkest Dungeon. Is that style, that art style? I like it. I'm not going crazy over it. I prefer when they go full gothic and everything looks like something from Castlevania. Wretch Grief, Eldrazi, and since it's Eldrazi, it has to go here because they're actually the first cards in numeric order, except that one because that one is a special frame, but you get what I mean. Blood Artist, but again, that Infernal Grasp, man, I could 300% print that thing, full size, hang it somewhere in my house. That's the level. And I sometimes I sit and look at that and wonder, bro, that thing was just an uncommon. You know what I mean? And yes, some uncommons and some commons have been some of the, Sanitarium Skeleton, nice, have been some of the most, memorable cards from all of Magic. So rarity is not necessarily connected to, but you can't fight the fact that, this vampire token is nice. Some tokens are also like mad looking. And yet, Edgar Markov, let's go! Bam, 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 bam. Vampire and Vampire. And because of that, Edgar Markov. So Edgar Markov in special foil. It's not even retro foil. So this one I like. The foil complements the thing. It looks like a European painting. This thing looks on point, and it's foil, people. So it has Eminence, which is the most broken commander ability ever. Wizards, I don't know what they were thinking. Well, I know what they were thinking, and that's the reason why this card is the bait card for this set, because power creep, baby. So whenever you cast another vampire spell, if Edgar Markov is in the command zone or on the battlefield, you create a 1/1 black vampire creature token. It has first strike and haste, and whenever Edgar Markov attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. The reason why this is broken is because, well, you don't need to play it for it to be useful. Like, if he attacks, then sure, you make your vampires go fast as hell, but you don't need to summon him, and it's a very expensive card. So right away, you already have a crazy value engine. Oh, an Avacyn too? Wow, this pack is crazy. So, like, this card is completely unbalanced, everything with Eminence, same with the Ore Dragon. That's why, like, you have a vampire deck, tell me one reason why Edgar Markov shouldn't be your commander. Or even better, like, maybe you can argue like, oh, well, for this specific twist on vampires that I'm doing, it's a tribal deck, typal, maybe another vampire commander is more useful. But if you are doing vampire tribal, or just vampires, like anything with vampires, if vampires is your main thing, Edgar Markov. If you're doing dragons, it's the Ur Dragon. Like, that's the problem. It became the go-to, the best, objective best commander, unless for specific corner cases, you know what I mean? So that's the problem. It's too good. It kind of, it's like Sol Ring, and well, Sol Ring is a mandatory card in Commander because it's too good. How can you not put Sol Ring, right? And the same happens with other cards. And that kind of, to me, that breaks the flavor of Commander a little bit, because everyone plays Commander because it's a feels-good game. It's not everyone. It's like 4 people playing alone, trying to build their own sandcastle until they have to mess with each other's castle, because no one likes when they mess with your castle. That's why no one likes land destruction, because, oh, you're messing with my game. It's like, bro, that's the game. It's called Magic the Gathering. It's a fighting game. Like, it's 1v1. Now it's 4 Battle Royale. You have to touch people, you have to fight people, but people just want to like do their thing. It's like the people that play Age of Empires and they want to like, oh, okay, so we will go up to the 4th age and then in 20 minutes we will fight each other. It's like, bro, that's not how the game is supposed to be played. I mean, if you want to play like that and everyone agrees, cool, but don't cry if the rest of the table is just like, no, we're here to kill each other. And some people go like, oh, but that's CDH. It's like, no. I mean, CDH is just like, objectively, we're here to kill each other. But normal Commander, you have to win. That's the goal of the game. If you want to just play solitaire with your corner of the board, play alone. Like, you don't need me for that. So I don't know. It's very weird. And Edgar Markov is one of those cards. It's a ubiquitous card. It's just the best thing for that type. And Commander is having a lot of cards like that. Like, it's like, oh, the 99 is like, not really. Now it's more like the 85, because there are like 14 cards that are in every Commander deck, because, well, why wouldn't you? Like Sol Ring and Command Tower and, all those things that they are mandatory inserts in the deck. Then of course you have to put them. If you don't put them, you are dumb, I guess, because, well, they are legal, so why not? But it does bring the question. They are making cards that are too good for a format. That kind of destroys the magic of the format. Haha, get it, magic. Because the whole origin of this was grab your shoebox of cards, and with the things that you have, do like a leftovers plate. And then you have a commander, right? At the beginning, it was the Elder Dragons, and then it became any legendary creature. But the idea was that you use your leftovers. And because it became so competitive and so power crept, because of Wizards printing specific cards, now people feel the need to like buy expensive cards or just do proxies or whatever. Sorry for the rant, but I know you're thinking like, bro, you pulled one of the chase cards in the set and you went into a rant. It's like, yes, I mean, yes, it's a cool card. I like it. I may build a deck around it just to use it and not feel like it was a waste, but you know what I mean? It's like, sure, I don't know. Have a scene, Angel of Hope. Man, I'm still missing this card from Innistrad. Shadows over Innistrad. So one of these days I will buy it just to complete the collection from Shadows over Innistrad. Avacyn Angel of Hope. Well, actually, no, it wasn't this one from Innistrad, Shadows over Innistrad, because that one was the Avacyn that transformed. This is the original Avacyn, which I'm also missing. Well, the original printing. Now I don't miss it anymore because I pulled it, but you know what I mean. Other permanents you control have Indestructible. So, not bad. Ooh, Conjurer's Closet. Okay, so this was a good booster after all. At the beginning of your end step, you may exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. So, not bad for blinking. And Soaring Imperial. What? So, okay, I did rant, but you have to give it to me. This booster is blessed, or I should say cursed, because it's Innistrad. Amazing looking card. Soaring Imperial's Bloodlord. Is just a great vampire commander. Commander, I wish. Planeswalker. Summary Dismissal. In foil retro. Bloodtithe Harvester. In retro foil? No, but it certainly shines like as if it was. Ancestral Anger. And Plains. And, well, Neglected Heirloom, which transforms into Ashmouth Blade. From the Lord of the Rings, people. Lupine Prototype. Spectral Shepherd, Village Messenger transforms into Moonrise Intruder, Eccentric Farmer, Towergeist, and Eaten Alive. So not bad. I kept opening boosters and I just thought like, man, I unleashed a rant on these poor people. But I mean, if you like the rants, let me know. I don't know. Sometimes I have things to say. This demon looks pristine, man. Crazy. And the card that we pull is Vexing Devil. Not bad. I mean, we're going to pull Sorins. Yes, well, Sorins. We did pull a Sorin. We're not going to pull Edgar's in every booster, right? So I think we already reached the peak. That booster was the peak of this box. Mass Hysteria. Mausoleum Wanderer in full art, not bad. Ooh, Jace, Oracle of Secrets. This is, I think I am missing also this. I'm missing like 5 cards from Shadows over Innistrad to have the full set. And this is one of them. And you may be thinking like, yay, now you have it. It's like, I am that type of person. I really want it to be from the set, so I guess I need to chase it. Jace it, haha, get it? Butcher Ghoul. Travel Preparations, Avacynian Priest in retro, a Mountain, a Mist Raven in foil, Hamlet Captain, Stormkirk Occultist, Midnight Scavengers. That is also half of I can't remember the name of this creature. Nope, I can't remember the name of the creature that it creates. Alchemist Greetings, Inspiring Captain, and Tragic Sleep, which is the summary of my rant. Next. So I had all that trouble ninja in the first one, and now I can ninja all boosters, baby. Chandra, Dress to Kill. Okay, this is from Crimson Bow. For a second I was like, Either Drift already? And a Mausoleum Wanderer, not bad, and a human. So Mausoleum Wanderer foil full art, cool looking. In case you're wondering, what this card does is flying. Whenever another spirit you control enters, that creature gets +1/+1 at the end of turn. Sacrifice this creature, counter target, instant or sorcery spell, unless it's controlled by base X, where X is this creature's power. Ooh, the Gidrock monster, but in movie poster style, which, as I already commented, this one I tolerate because it actually kind of follows the structure. Besides the Death Touch here, it kind of follows the structure of a normal Magic the Gathering card. So I kind of like it. I don't like the movie poster cards much. If you don't know, cards that touch the way we read the card, because you get accustomed to this, right? It's like boom, 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 right? That's how you read a Magic card. If they touch that, it makes playing the game more difficult. Metallic Mimic, not bad. Handwire, Garrison. It melts with Handwire Battlements, and it creates an Eldrazi Ooze creature that I don't know the name. So let's see if we can pull it. Wildfield Scarecrow. Not bad in retro frame. The retro frame kind of helps the card visually, to be honest. Size the Storm and a forest that becomes Banshee, Mentor, Goldtree, Aim High, Reckless Scholar, Abyssinian Priest, and Gisa's Bidding, or Gisa, depending on whether you pronounce it correctly or incorrectly. See, this is like everything. All you need to do is complain once, and then suddenly you can pull it multiple times. An elemental, looks sick, and a human. And another metallic mimic. In this case, is a metallic card. Haha, is foil. Hopeful Initiate. White on top of white. Not very easy to read. Tireless Tracker. Ooh, this card. Good memories of this card. And good art style, I have to say. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters. Whenever a land you control enters, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, put up +1/+1 counter on this creature. Another metallic mimic, okay, in foil. Lunarch Veteran transforms into Luminous Phantom. It's not a bad card. Cryptolith Fragment transforms into Aurora of Emrakul. Wandering Mind, it's one of those. A Swamp. And then Haunted Dead, Intangible Virtue, Clear Shot, Festerhide Boar, Festival Crasher, Olivia's Dragoon, and Dauntless Cathar. This card is in my memories from back in the day. Back in the day, as if I was like, I don't know, 60 or something. Almost. Wolf, badass looking, and the card is Restoration Angel, and also like Arlene, Embraced by the Moon. But Restoration Angel in foil, special treatment, this thing looks beyond sick, my friend. Maybe the card is not that good, but the art style, pristine. So, and a Hermit Druid. Let's evaluate, I never pulled this one, so let's evaluate if this card matches my criteria of readable. And I can tell you right away, it doesn't. So the cost here, okay, that's good. The attack and defense, or like strength and toughness, okay. The effect is all over the card. So this thing, not really something that I like. Hermit Druid, creature, human druid, cool. And, you know, good incorporation here of the whole thing. So kudos there, but the text, all over the place. 1 green and tap, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a basic land card. Put that card into your hand, and all other cards revealed this way into your graveyard. I am not going to complain about like the dots and all that, because that's, you know, to pretend that is the credits from the poster. So that's okay. I'm not that petty. But the fact that this thing is all over the place, I don't know. And you will say, oh, but in a movie poster, it was supposed to be like that. It's like, yeah, but it just makes the card difficult to read. I don't like it. This is a game. Like when it's a commander, I'm okay with it. Just to be clear, I said that last time. Hullbreaker Horror, a painful card to play against. When you play it, you feel like a champion. Decimator of Provinces, Eldrazi Boar, is card 002. You know what that means? Imprisoned in the Moon, in a blinding blue foil. And Duskwatch Recruiter, and a Dauntless Cathar. So not that bad, not that crazy. I think that we used all of our energy in that booster. All of the pool energy, we used it in that booster, together with the goodwill I had from my audience with that rant. So we used every card we had, cards in that moment. We still have like 4 to go, but to be honest, due to the laws of causality, I don't think we're going to pull anything close to that. Let's see, Human Wizard looks mean, man. This thing looks cool. Olivia Voldaren and Jace, not bad. Olivia Voldaren, this card looks great, is foil. I commented this once. I think this one is almost there, right? It has good things like boldening things to be like a movie poster, but they actually bolden like relevant words, so that's good. And all the effects are here, so that's good too. The only thing that I don't like about it is a 3/3 here that looks like an afterthought. It's cool, I like it. And since it is a legendary creature, it makes sense to have this as your commander because you see it once, it's okay. It's not like an enchantment or something you need to interact with. Another Edgar Markov now. See, all I had to do was complain. We're not going to pull anything better. And we got another Edgardo. This one in retrofoil, but with the classic art style. Not bad. All my opinions and rants are already said, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Hullbreaker Horror, but this time in the new full art. This thing looks nice. I think, and this is, allow me this for a second, because you know I'm a sucker for art in Magic the Gathering cards. This is what I will think when I think about a Hullbreaker Horror and a Kraken Horror and all that. This is what I think about, and certain you too. This not so much. This looks like a lobster, like a mantis shrimp or something like that. It doesn't look like crazy, but that thing is massive, is breaking the boat like it's nothing, and is popping from the floor like a Diglett. So because of that, I think that reflects better the feeling than this one. This art is gorgeous, I like, no doubt, no criticizing the artist, Antonio Jose Manzanedo. Great style, great art. Love your art, bro. I will hang this in my living room, no problem. But this one conveys more the feeling of playing Hullbreaker Horror, which is basically surprise, and like immediately you like this spell can be countered, and you can play. It has flash, so you play it in someone else's turn, and then it becomes a pain in the ass for everyone. That's kind of the flavor we're going for with Hullbreaker Horror. Altered Ego, nice. Laboratory Maniac, Mistraven, Abundant Maw, and the Festival of Foils begins. Geistcatcher Rig, Groundskeeper, Markov Waltzer, Coblet Wings, Grapple with the Past, Bound by Moonsilver, and Butcher Ghoul. Not bad. 3 to go. Let's see what we can pull from the magical world of Magic the Gathering. Avacyn, Angel of Hope. Let's go. So now we're playing with power. Now, again, we pulled a card in the actual art that I like, so that's cool. I didn't see this card ever because I saw that Wizards announced this. I was excited about, Innistrad, but then when they did the whole streaming with like, these are the special versions of the cards, I was like, I don't care. I prefer to be surprised. And I already know the chase cards, so that's it, right? Like I already got spoiled enough. So this is the first time I see it. I kind of like the art a lot. I don't like this type of this type of font, mostly because I don't like that movie. And funny enough, you may be thinking, well, he hates horror movies. Like I love horror movies and old classic horror movies. Those are my shit. So like, I like that. I just don't like this for Magic. I don't know. Legendary creature, Angel. Okay, this is in the place, so that's cool. This is okay. The art, just to be clear, the art is beautiful. The art is great. Josh Newton, my hat off to you, my friend. This thing right there. And in defense of this one, the toughness and strength are in the more or less the area that you will expect, so bottom right corner, so that cool. And the keywords are more or less where you will expect them, which is normally here, and well, there's only a bunch of keywords, so flying, vigilance, indestructible. Other permanents you control have indestructible, so that's not bad. And it doesn't interfere that much with the text, so this one has my approval seal. Like this one is actually cool. And again, it's not because it's Avacyn, it's an expensive card. Like I actually like this art quite a lot, and I think this is handled properly. Legendary creatures, I have more tolerance to them, but when it's like just keywords and so on, great. When it has like those block of text and you have to like get creative with it, it almost never works. So great, amazing, cool looking. Love it. Memory Deluxe, not bad. Edgar Markov. What the Man, we opened the other one in the other video, and I was like, well, I hope at least I pull one Edgar Markov. I wasn't like counting on it, certainly I'm not counting on the serialized ones. I don't care about that. Like if I pull one, I will make a freaking celebration. As you've seen many times in the channel when we actually managed to pull a serialized card, which has happened sometimes actually. But I'm not chasing them, right? If that's not the game, it's like pure lottery. So if I get them, cool. If I don't, man. And Edgar Markov, I don't have any single copy of Edgar Markov before today. Because I was always like, is a ubiquitous commander, is the one vampire commander? I don't care. Like, I guess that I will either proxy it or I will just do something, but I don't chase it, right? And just in this video alone, I already have a playset of Edgar Markovs. This is crazy. Plus, I kind of like this art better than the other. Reminds me of Alucard, so that's right there. Not bad. Hermit Druid. And again, these cards are not bad at all, but the problem is that you come from Avacyn and Edgar Markov in the same booster, and which actually, when I think about it, those were the pools of the other time, the other booster with Edgar Markov. So Cathar Commando, nice art. By the way, I'm going to sleeve them all, right? I'm using, don't get nervous. I'm going to sleeve them all after the video ends, because look at the runtime already on the video. Maybe you have this as a podcast in the background, in which case I don't mind. You just have to look at the secondary screen when I go, wow, crazy, right? That's how this works. I know we have a relationship here. I am not offended. Or you're actually looking at the thing the whole time, in which case, look at this magic trick. Love you. So the way you looked. That's okay. Like whatever makes you enjoy the videos more, I'm grateful. Now, it's interesting nonetheless that I am here like sorting the thing and going like, well, this card, that card, and out of the sudden, a bunch of crazy cards. Imagine if I had to sleeve all these cards, or I had to stop the video to sleeve cards. I only do it when it's a serialized card, because otherwise you guys will kill me. But trust me, once the camera goes off, after I do my whole and recreation, bye, like once I do that, I literally, as is, I grab the cards, sleeve them, and to the side to a safe place, right? So, Sigarda, let's go. So I'm not that crazy. Plus, I'm just like, as you can see, I'm just like, I just put them on the table. I'm not going like full Yu-Gi-Oh, like Blue Eyes White Dragon, bah, and like throwing the card with Thalia. Man, two of the icons of Innistrad in the same booster now. That is money. This card is amazing looking. The card itself is also good, but the card just looks beautiful. So like, I treat them with care. I have gloves, right? It's just for the sake of the video. I will just sleeve them afterwards. Traveling Inspector, nice. So, because I see that sometimes people comment like, oh, well, he doesn't even sleeve the cards. What a mad lad. And it's like, no, people, I do. It's just that I don't, like, I am aware that I talk a lot, and I am aware that these videos, you are here for the combination of my smooth voice, the crazy ramblings of a madman while I show you the cards, and just the chill vibe of like two friends opening cards that we have together. But like, if you want just to see the pools, I'm certain that like there are better YouTubers than me for that, right? Like there are these dudes that just go like and go to the rares and mythics, and that's it. So that's not the game here. But I do know where my limit is, so I'm not going to stop and sleeve them while I told you about Second World War or anything, because like, yeah. So last booster, so we open it the way Wizards intended, from the back, like a magician. Murderous Compulsion. You can tell I've been watching a lot of Penn and Teller videos recently. Stitched Mangler. What a couple of great guys, Penn and Teller, by the way. I don't know their lives, but like the vibe that they give, of being like these chill dudes that are just like, magic is cool, magic is amazing, but like magic, like, wizard magic doesn't exist. Don't get fooled. Anyone that says that they do that, they're crazy. Similar to Houdini. That's cool. And when you see their show like Fool Us, and you see their faces when they actually get like amazed by magic, that's the thing. And that's the thing with magic tricks. Some people say like, oh, if you know how it's done, it loses the magic. Haha, get it? But I will actually argue against it. If you want to tell me how you did it, I'm open to it. If you don't, I'm cool too. Sometimes I can figure it out by watching the video, sometimes I can't. But I will tell you something. A lot of times, even if I know how it's done or they tell you how it's done, is even more impressive. Because when you don't know, your brain goes to, it has to be a trick, or that guy is a wizard or something like that. But when you know how it's done, vanquish the horde, let's go. By the way, a lot of my reactions to this is because I love Innistrad, so a lot of these cards are just like traumas of my childhood. Not so much because the card is that good, right? A lot of times you know how it's done, and it's just like the guy has crazy hand skills. That's how it's done, and it's more impressive because the guy is like a Super Saiyan with cards, right? Oh, spoilers. Well, we got Arlene, people, so let me do it like this then to compensate. A vampire and a blood token. Arlene, embraced by the moon. So we have the token there, so that's good. It's basically Arlene Cord in the Innistrad Savage border, if I have to call it something. Not a bad commander at all. I kind of like it. Now, the card that was supposed to come next was, Heartless Summoning. Looks scary. But I like it. 1 and 1 black. Creature spells you cost 2 less to cast, and creatures you control get -1/-1. So you have to pay. And the last card of this box, after all these Edgar Markovs, is Hullbreaker Horror, which we also got like 3 of them or something. I don't know. Let's see how many Hullbreaker Horrors we pulled, and let's pick the best looking blue card, which I think is going to be Hullbreaker Horror. By the way, so we got 2, 3. Oh, this Jace card. We got 3. Oh, I also got Zapcaster Mage, that's true. And a Baron Researcher. Man, so many memories. And we got 3 Hullbreaker Horrors and 3 Edgar Markovs, so I can die in peace. I only had 1 Hullbreaker Horror that came with a precon, if I recall correctly. So now I have all the Hullbreaker Horrors I want. It's funny because if you're playing Commander, you actually just need 1. In white, well, Traveling Inspector looks great. Talia looks great, but we already picked this card as the best looking. It's gonna be this one, people. I'm sorry. This one looks badass, but sadly, every time we pull this card, a better looking card is in the cards, right? So, man, even Wedding Announcement looks great. But this card is just another thing. This card is badass. Let's see, in black. What's the best looking card in black? Well, it's gonna be Sorin, man. No, sorry. I love this. This looks like a Symphony of the Moon type of shit, but this Infernal Grasp, man. And again, this is not the monetary value of the card, it's how badass I think that card looks. And for this, Lucas Graciano, man, you have the touch. I really wish that Wizards gives you like legendary super duper chase cards for you to do drawings on, because this concept looks badass, bro. So keep the good work. That thing looks amazing. By the way, not that all the other cards that we're watching have like bad art, right? Because it really looks like I'm like, Lucas, that thing is great. Everyone else, it was okay. Now, like all cards look great. Most of them, though, like 95%. But some of them really resonate with my core, man. That's why I sometimes have these rants on the channel. I don't know. Sometimes I have these rants on the channel about like, people, we should appreciate lands more and tokens, because the art is pretty great. And to a degree, one of the things that I like about Commander is that Commander, you can just proxy your cards and you can just do whatever. Can you imagine if I pick one card from Multicolor and it's not Edgar Markov? It's going to be Olivia Voldaren, which ironically is kind of on brand for the whole Innistrad lore, that I pick one over the other. But this card, yeah, I mean, you have to be with me. Like, this card may be better and more expensive, right? And this one looks great, even though he looks like Louis V or something. And this one looks badass and it's a classic, but this card is just there. And I don't like the poster cards. So it speaks about how much I like the thing. Now for artifacts, well, this thing looks great, the Covet Wings. I think it's going to be Metallic Mimic, just out of insistence. Conjurer's Closet is cool. It looks like a thing that I can say. It's like a weird. And this one is part of my traumas when I was collecting Innistrad, but Shadows over Innistrad. But I don't know. You know what? I'm going weird here. I'm going to pick Cobbled Wings because this art is just badass too. So there is that. And I guess that for multicolor is whatever because it's the same card twice. And for the Eldrazi, I don't know. Decimator of Provinces should be the obvious choice, but Wretch Grief just looks better. And I can pick it because it will be a repetitive thing. And that will be it. So let me know what you think about the pools, what you think about the rants, what you think about the video, what do you think overall? And if you think I'm an idiot, that also works. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and all those cool things that the cool kids do. And I will see you next time on the channel with the crazy guy with the gloves, packs, and recreation. Bye!